Okay, so
Yeah.
what are we seeing today? Network devices. So let's say, okay, so let me tell you. Let's say there's this computer, and there is another computer, and you want to send message to other computer, or let's say you want to speak to someone else,
Okay.
or you want to send email to your friend, your boss. Okay, what is happening there? Communication is happening. Okay, communication. For transferring a data. So regardless of what medium, you know, let's say you are mailing, you are sending email to your boss. Okay, so if you are connected to Wi-Fi, so through yeah, air is the medium. Through radio waves, it reaches the access point. From access point, it goes to ISP. From ISP, it goes to another ISP, top level ISP, and then it reaches. Regardless of medium, there are many things in the middle. But all these things are, somehow connected, isn't it? Your laptop is connected to Wi-Fi.
Route. Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, your laptop is connected to Wi-Fi, and our access point. Access point is connected to router, and your router is connected to your ISP.
Cable.
Yeah,
Okay.
internet service provider through cable.
Yeah.
Okay, and from there, there would be different medium. You know, or let's say you are using satellite communication. So it's like, again, you are using satellite internet. Let's say it is again, radio waves. From you it goes to the satellite. From satellite it goes to another, provider, and from there it goes to uh, ISP, and from there that could be optic. Okay, optical fiber.
Optic cable.
Okay, so thing is that whatever is the medium, all these are connected, right?
Yeah.
So all these are connected. So how these are connected? How these are connected? So these different systems are connected through what is called network devices. Okay. So
Yeah.
these network devices are used to make a connect in to create a topology, to connect different systems, and to connect different networks. Okay, so all these things are connected to what? Okay, these network devices. There are basically five types of network devices. Okay, uh,
Okay.
what are those? Hub.
Okay.
Second one is bridge. Okay, third one is switch and router. Okay, and other one is a repeater. Okay, so and other devices, these are modem we discussed, and network interface controller, NIC stands for. This is what we get the network interface controller, NIC, integrated with in a motherboard, or we use PCI slots to include
To connect it.
external,
Yes.
yeah,
NIC.
extend uh, port capabilities, IO capabilities, to include, to insert uh, let's say you want new RJ, but new Ethernet port, you would use network card and insert into the one of the PCI slot, PCI Express 16 or PCI Express 1. So whatever is this network card comes with. And the modem, we used to use it olden days, to convert, it is a modulator and demodulator, converts from one medium to like a signals it receives to another medium, that is a digital. Okay, so except other than these two, what are different network devices? Hub.
Gateway.
Yeah, so gateway is again made up of gateway is another device which is again contains a router. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so gateway again contains a router. So fundamental network devices. What are fundamental network devices? Hub,
Bridge. Switch.
bridge. Okay, hub, bridge, switch, router. Okay, so repeater.
Repeat.
Okay, so well, let's see what each of these network devices uh, are capable of. What these network devices do. Okay,
Okay.
first take a repeater. Okay, so what repeater does? Okay, a repeater is simple, which contains uh, it is very simple device which contains two ports. Like okay, the way do we use repeater? We use repeater when we uh, when we want to lay this wires over the long distances. Okay, so what happens when you send a signal over the wire,
Mm-hmm.
uh, okay, for a long distance, signal tend to deteriorate, tend to get weak. Okay, by the time
Okay.
it receives a destination. So we use
Destination. Okay.
yeah, we use repeaters in the middle. So what repeater does, it uh, it boosts the weakened signal. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so that the end destination won't get or won't receive the weak signal. Instead it will
Weak
receive
signal.
the strong signal. And let's say these repeaters, let's say cable TV. Okay, so they
Okay.
tend they use repeaters. Okay, because
So
yeah,
ఇది మన ఇంట్లో డబ్బులు లేకపోతే ప్రొవైడర్
see
దగ్గర ఉండిద్దా?
repeaters uh, yeah, this repeat, I didn't get you your question. What is your question?
యాక్చువల్లీ రిపీటెడ్ ఎక్కడ ఉండిద్ది? ప్రొవైడర్
See,
దగ్గర ఉండిద్దా? లేకపోతే
see repeater uh, pro- we use that only if it is necessary. Let's say that you don't need a repeater for a small distance communications. Okay, who
ఓకే.
uses repeater? You may in a big corporations. Let's say you are you are using RJ45 cable for a let's say 50 meters.
ఓకే.
Okay, so uh, because the signal, the voltage you are sending from source to destination, the destination may get the weak signal. So in such a case, in the middle we put the repeater so that it will boost that signal. So
సిగ్నల్. ఓకే.
who uses probably, let's say that you are getting optic. Let's say let's say you are using a connection from your ISP. They are just using a cable. Okay,
ఓకే.
cable TV. So they might use a repeater in the middle. Okay,
ఓకే.
from their office to the connection to your home.
ఓకే.
Okay, so because that signal, the to restore the signal strength. Okay, so repeater doesn't amplify. It is not the amplifier. It repeats the
ఓకే.
signal. Okay, the
జస్ట్ ఓకే.
yeah, yeah, so that is the
మేక్ ద
reason.
సిగ్నల్ స్ట్రాంగ్.
Yeah, yeah, that is the reason. So who uses, where we use, so where do we use modem, where do we use NIC, where do we use repeater, where hub is used. Okay, so that is a $1 million question. Okay, in a networking.
ఓకే.
So uh, choice of the best device. Okay,
ఓకే.
and nowadays we don't use hubs and bridges. the our whole network is made up of switch and routers that I'll explain you. Okay. And when do you use a repeater? Let's say that you have big office.
Okay.
Okay,
To
where do
boost
you
up the
use?
signals.
Yeah. So let's say you have a very big office. Okay. 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 So there are multiple rooms here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So server room is here. Okay. And from here you are sending RJ45 cable, Ethernet cable to a computer here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So in such a
So,
case,
company may or may not use the repeater, or
yeah, may not may or may
compulsory.
not use repeater. See,
Okay.
if you think signal uh, won't
Getting weak.
won't get
Okay.
weak, you don't need to use repeater.
Okay.
So let's say you are sending RJ45 cable. Uh, so what happens? The by the time it is getting it is reaching here, the signal is getting weak because if you recall why that conductor wire contains a resistance, okay, or impedance, okay. So what happens over the time, the electricity that transmit over the wire get dissipated uh, through resistance, okay, heat, okay. So which means that uh, by the time here uh, signal by the time signal reaches here, it might get weak. In such a case,
Okay.
you put
We use
somewhere here,
repeater.
yeah, where somewhere the best place you put, choose and you put the
Repeater.
repeater. Okay. So what it, as the names suggest, takes the incoming signal and repeats it with the full strength.
Okay.
Okay. So takes the incoming signal and repeats with the full strength. So there are ratings. Okay, there are so if you are using wire, the how much distance you should use, and what is the ideal distance. Okay. So
Hmm.
if it is beyond the range, so in such a cases we use repeaters.
Okay.
Okay. So repeater is not just a word, it is not limited to uh, a networking network device. There are different types of repeaters as well. Okay. So there's a, let's say if you take a, if you are connecting monitors, you know
Hmm.
let's say I'm out of the context, I'm speaking, I'm not the
Okay.
network device. This
Okay.
repeater is a device that that's use is not only limited to limited in network topology, networking connections. So repeaters, there are all different sorts of repeaters. So let
Oh,
me
okay.
HDMI repeater. You see, so there is a HDMI repeater as such.
Hmm.
Do you see what it does? What it does? You see HDMI 2.0 repeater. Okay.
Okay.
So signal booster. You know what it
Okay.
says? Yeah.
Okay.
So HDMI 2.0 repeater, signal booster, HDMI extender, because there are just synonyms to repeater. So what it does, it does, let's say you are using a 4K, the over HDMI you can connect a 4K screen, right?
Yeah.
So 4K means the data you transfer is valuable. I mean to say valuable in the sense, uh, crucial if for a better quality, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is the reason HDMI 4K cables are costly.
Okay.
Okay, Type C
Yeah.
cables are damn costly. So you see here this picture, 10 meters. What it is showing again, 10 meters. What this picture is showing? Can you see here? Same thing. Like I said, repeater Repeater is a kind of device that is not, that's use is not only limited in networking. There are all sorts of
Many
repeaters in
ways.
different
Yeah. Okay.
technologies. Same way it works. Let's say that this HDMI cable, as you can see on my screen, okay, so this HDMI for 10 meters. Let's say that if your monitor is uh, at the distance of 20 meters from your HDMI source, okay, so what happens, uh, that signal may get weak as it
Okay.
travels to the 20 meters. In such a case, what do we, what
Use repeater.
here it is suggested, put a repeater after 10 meters and connect another cable
Another cable.
from the another end to a monitor,
Okay.
for another 10 meters. Okay, so same way here. Okay, so like you asked, where do you use the repeater, who uses the repeater, it's all depends. Okay, the how
Okay.
far your distances are there. Okay,
Okay.
sorry, how far your
Cable wire.
another device, destined device is placed at. Okay, if according to the cable ratings, if signal gets weak, uh, as it travels till that distance, it is suggested repeat to use repeater. Okay, okay, if I search okay, you see again Wi-Fi extender. It is, this context is we have a repeater, Wi-Fi repeaters also. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay. So what Wi-Fi repeater does? So this is, like I said, the repeater is a device. You see here is the Wi-Fi repeater. Okay. As I explained here, a repeater is a device that can be both wireless, wired or wireless.
Okay.
Okay. This repeater can be either both, either wired or wireless. What we have seen, uh, that was a wired. So we took the example of the HDMI. See here, Wi-Fi repeaters. What this Wi-Fi repeater does? Let's say that your Wi-Fi wireless router is placed at somewhere in your room. Okay.
Okay.
So here, your wireless router is okay. Your wireless router is placed at here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right? So, but there is a park, there is a garden here.
Okay.
Okay, but what happens? This signal is not coming here. Wi-Fi signal strength in your phone or in your Mac
100
or
meters.
yeah, in your computer. So where you can see the Wi-Fi signal strength with the bars, right? If it is a full Wi-Fi signal, you will get a full strength of 3 white
Full
bars.
strength.
If it
Yeah.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
if it is a small, you will see just two
One or
bright
two
and
points.
all are dim. Okay, so if the strength is actually almost weak, what happens? You can't receive,
Any
you can't
signals.
use properly. Your experience of using internet would be bad. Okay,
Okay.
or
Okay.
it is like your pay. As you browse or as you stream, okay, you would experience very latency, delay,
Okay.
right, or sometimes disconnections. Okay, so like you, let's say that if your phone is connected to your home wireless router, as you travel, so what happens? As you travel, after some distance your Wi-Fi will be disconnected, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, why? Because
Yeah.
that is a distance, this is the, that is a area.
Radius. That is the
Yeah,
radius. Okay.
yeah, radius. The signal is covered.
Signals come.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Got it. Yeah.
where this is where we put let's say this is the radius, this wireless router able to cover. Now, so what we can do? we can put the repeater here.
Okay.
Okay, wireless repeater. What it does, it takes the weak signal that it receives and it boosts that signal so that,
Oh, okay.
okay, so
It
it
again.
or it repeats, yeah, it repeats that signal, it does nothing.
Okay. Okay.
So it takes that signal, so it repeats that signal so that you see, by using repeater previously you used to cover till this distance only. Okay, now
Yes.
this repeater taking that signal and repeats that signal so that the signal is reaching till your garden.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
so as it is said in, as the name suggests, it is just a repeater does a simple operation. It takes the weak signal and repeats that signal with the full strength.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
so you might, if you go to your university.
Okay.
Okay, if university is providing internet, or let's say your office, company providing internet, you might see repeaters here and there. Okay, they are not wireless routers, they are just repeaters.
Repeaters. Okay.
Okay, so white box or black box, somewhere placed
So,
stick that is
bro,
stuck to ceiling. Okay,
if we put two repeaters, it will get the signal from the
yeah,
ground.
yeah, you see, you can put a repeater here, another repeater here,
Okay.
another
So it
repeater
get the
here.
signal from this repeater.
Yeah, yeah, it gets a signal from this repeater and repeats that signal.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so like, same way, let's say we 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 have discussed about this one,
Mm-hmm.
HDMI one. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, let's say, yeah, you see this repeater is connected, how this is connected, your 4K monitor.
Yeah.
Okay, the same thing is applies to your networking device repeater. You know, you are using
Okay.
a RJ45 cable, we use a repeater and connect a, no, put that in the middle. Okay, you see there are specification, maximum length support. Okay,
Okay.
here you see maximum, what is this, HDMI
35.
35 feet, 25 feet.
Feet.
Okay, so they have given, uh, a what do you call, a resolution and a frequency. Okay, if it is full 4K at 60 inches, it is recommended you put that in the middle. If it is 50 feet distance, put the repeater after 35 feet of a source. Okay, so as you can see, it is repeater placed. Let's say that it is 100 feet away, so you might choose two repeaters.
Oh, okay.
Got it?
Okay.
So let's search.
Nowadays, this one I'm using.
Yeah, yeah. So if we use repeaters only when what do you say? Distance is only far away. Otherwise, we don't need repeaters, right?
LAN repeater. Okay.
Yeah, let's say you see this one, we use this repeaters, what do you see here? This is a Wi-Fi repeater or a wireless repeater.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see what it is called, Wi-Fi repeater up
Wi-Fi
to
repeater.
300. Yeah,
300
this
Mbps.
is a LAN or Ethernet extender or LAN repeater, a network extension, different marketing names. But what it is, the sometimes the repeaters take a power. Sometimes these repeaters don't. In some cases, you see here, Ethernet cable, LAN
Yeah.
Cat5 or Cat6. That is the Ethernet cable. Okay.
Okay.
So you see here, the when it is far away, okay, we can put that repeater in the middle. Okay.
Yeah. What are those numbers below?
Yeah, yeah. So that is,
Geographic cable.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Goes in the first one. Okay.
Okay. That's the thing. Now let's go back to our discussion. Okay. So do you
Okay.
understand what repeater is?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. So as discussed, the repeater is just a type of device that's used is not just limited to networking.
Okay.
Uh, there are different technologies. Different repeaters are available. So like in HDMI, when you connect the HDMI, so we have HDMI repeater that repeats the video signal at a full strength,
Yeah.
takes the weak signal, and we have wireless repeaters. They are placed at the edge of the uh, where when do you want a wireless signal to repeat or extend the radius that uh, the wireless signal is covered. So let's say that in your home you are not getting you are actually living in a very big home. Let's say that you are not getting Wi-Fi signal to your room. What you can do, you can put a repeater outside your room, right? So that a signal is repeated and you can
Signal.
use the internet, Wi-Fi at full strength.
Okay.
And now what is another device?
Router.
Bridge. Okay, sorry, hub. Okay,
Hub. Okay.
okay. So hub is we discussed the repeater. Okay, hub is hub is just a uh, hub is a repeater, multi-port repeater. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so well, the repeater we have seen contains has just a two ports, incoming and outgoing, right?
Yeah.
So hub is uh, the, is much like a device made up of made up of multiple repeaters, or you can say,
Okay.
okay. uh, it is just a hub is a multi-port repeater. It does nothing, okay, as it takes the signal, okay, from one end and broadcasts that or repeats the signal to the multiple devices connected. It is very
It's like
much,
a repeater.
yeah, it's like a, yeah, it is like a repeater. Yeah, that is what I'm explaining. Hub is nothing other than which is basically a multi-port a repeater. Okay, so it enables us to connect the multiple devices
Okay.
to hub.
Okay.
Okay, but the problem is it creates the collision. Okay, we will see what collision is, what collision domain, and we will see that. Okay,
Yeah.
so the one of the example you might know is a USB hub. Have you used the USB hub?
USB hub. Mm,
USB hub,
yeah.
or okay. Hub is also kind of device. See, hub that is this kind of you like a repeater. You will also see this hub. Uh, for different mediums and different technologies and different telecommunication networks. Okay, so but hub is very old technology. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
very old technology. Hub is very old technology that you won't see using this device anywhere in corporate offices. Okay, so just these devices is all faded away in favor of switches.
So
Okay,
all the switches and routers are
yeah, only
replaced.
browser and
Okay.
switches, and you won't see both bridges and hubs anywhere. Okay, but we study them because
Bridge, hub, and repeater,
yeah,
all
yeah,
three are same. Okay.
yeah. You see, repeater we use just a single connection in, connection out. Hub is like you get a single connection.
Multiple outputs.
Yeah, multiple. You can connect multiple devices. Okay, it's just a broadcast that connection to all devices connected.
Devices.
Okay,
Okay.
so it does nothing. Okay, it cannot filter and it cannot perform any uh, packet filtering or any data processing. Okay, it just simply
Okay.
it's like a star topology. Okay, or underlying it's like a bus topology. Okay, it's like a it's like, let me tell you a simple way. It's like you have multiple wires. Okay, you just join those wires together. Okay, so let's say what happens, you are getting you wanted to connect uh, you wanted to connect a uh, multiple computers, let's say, or multiple TVs. Just take out of the context. Uh, let's say that few years back we used to use a cable TV, right?
Yeah.
So if you want that cable, let's say that there was no set-top box. Okay, so few years back. Okay, without that, let's say you want that cable to use for multiple TVs, what would you do? No, you get the single cable from outside and just you can split and join two cables. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, so let's say from outside you get the single cable, you split that into two cables and use for a two TVs.
Okay.
Okay, got it. So what it is here, just a simple hub. Okay, so hub is very much similar to DAS. Uh, it doesn't do anything. Okay, it just very much like a it is very much like a connector in star. Okay, it is very much like a star topology. Okay, so star topology. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, it's very much like a connecting multiple systems. Okay,
What about like bus topology?
Yeah, so these are the topology means how these systems are connected. Okay,
Okay.
we'll see that in the next session. Bus topology, star topology, there are different topologies. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so the topology describes how these devices are connected in a network. Okay,
Okay.
how these devices, let's say, which topology do you choose? Okay, uh, which best suits your needs. Okay, so
Okay.
those are the decisions we need to take.
Okay.
Okay, the bus topology is nothing like, this is bus topology. Okay, the connecting multiple stations to a, a bus. Okay, we'll see that the bus topology and star topology. Okay, and the other
What
different
is the use
topology.
of gateway, bro? Gateway.
Gateway is a again network device. Gateway can be a software or a hardware. Gateway is typically used where different networks uh, are joined. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so different networks are joined. Let me tell you. Let's say if you are going to your college.
Mhm.
Okay, the path you go through is a gateway to your college, your university. No, there is a gate, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, through that gate you would go. So that is what divides outside campus and
Inside.
campus inside your university.
Okay.
Okay, the same way. So there are different networks. Okay, there are different networks. Let's say internet is one network. Okay, is an example of WAN, and your home network is there. Okay, or let's say your corporate office network. So these are two different networks, and gateway is what sits in the middle. Okay, so we call that gate as a gateway because it is gateway to outside, or for outside networks it is gateway to the private networks.
Okay.
Okay, so uh, to simplify it, so unnecessarily making it complex, this is a thing. Gateway is a device, that can be a hardware or a software running. Okay, that divides two networks or joins two networks. Okay, two different networks. Okay, so which simply contains, basically the router. Okay, the typically routers are gateways. Okay, the routers that are at the perimeter of the network or edge of the network are gateways. We'll see that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so like I said, hub. Okay, let me tell you. I was explaining the hub. Let's search. So see what this USB hub is doing. This
Oh,
is a hub.
I know this one. I know this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, the hub is a, same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so here in our, as you can see, what do we have? There is a,
This everything like
yeah, hub.
any
Do you see?
PCS slots లానే ఉంటాయి కదా like access కదా.
Yeah, this hub is not. We don't connect that to PCS slot.
Oh, not hub. Like if you want to need extension the USB ports, just like this.
E- Yeah,
USB ports కనుక ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయాలంటే
yeah. We
మీరు
don't.
పెట్టచ్చండి
We
అది.
don't use. Yeah, uh, yeah. For that extension, maybe it is possible through inserting, extension cords, uh, but there are hubs available. That is not necessary because we use hubs.
Okay.
Even for MacBooks, we use hubs because they don't provide.
Type C.
Yeah, they just we get the Type C, and so if you want to use multiple USBs to connect, so what do you use? You use the hub.
Hub.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. So here. The same way, this is the hub, right? So where okay,
We can continue on Monday if
yeah,
if
sure,
if it's okay
yeah,
because I have some other work. So sorry for Monday. See you on
yes, yes, yes,
Saturday.
sure,
Okay.
sure. What do we have? What have we discussed today so far? Hub and
Uh,
switches.
hub
So
and switches,
sorry,
repeaters. Sorry,
yeah,
repeaters and hubs.
hub and repeater. Okay, so
Okay.
repeater is just a hub is just a repeater, multi-port repeater. Got it?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so uh, to make it very simple, you get the signal from the wire. If you have hub here, it repeats to multiple ports.
Okay.
Okay, whereas a single port, general repeater, you get the signal.
Only input and
Yeah, it
one
takes
output.
on, it takes,
Gives out
sends
one
that
one
to,
output.
yeah, other end, repeats that signal. The hub is takes the signal from one end, the input, and repeats that signal to multiple ports.
Okay.
So it is called multi-port repeater. Okay, there are multiple hubs. I'm just wrapping it up.
Okay.
Different hubs. Okay, so we'll continue from tomorrow. What are these?
Okay.
What are different hubs? Active hub.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, passive hub, and then intelligent hub. Okay, these are different devices,
Okay.
different hubs. Okay,
Okay.
so intelligent. Okay, we'll see. We'll continue from this tomorrow. See you.